Battle of Clarets. No excuses today. That was absolutely fucking a shambles. I know we can keep blaming keep blaming Garlic and the board all we want, but that today was absolutely pathetic. No fight, no pride on the shirt whatsoever. Dash, for me, picked the wrong team to start with. Again, Brownie like wide with Dale Stephens in middle. No disrespect to Dale Stephens, but it's not what we needed at all. We've got ball winners in midfield. We've got Westwood. We've got Brownhill. It wasn't the signing that I don't think we needed. I think he should have gone with Brady. All right, Brady's been injury prone, and he's not been one of our best players. But we've got to play people in these positions. And up front, Wood and Barnes is just not working. We've got to go back with Jay and Vince. Jay should be first name on sheet for me. Play a lot better football, play it to feet when he's inside. So for me, he's got to start. A lot of people are blaming Pope for the first goal, saying he could have done better. For me, I think that's a bit harsh. I just think he was done with a class strike, really. I think he thought the lad were going to go across at the far post and he's come inside the near post, and I think he's tricked him. I don't think Pope can be blamed for that, if I'm honest. I know a lot will probably disagree, but that's my opinion. I don't think he is to blame for it. They were just too good in the end. Class told. And rightly so, they've spent all them millions, you know. I'm just more disappointed in the performance. We've not put up any fight, you know, not won any second balls. We couldn't string two passes together all game. We looked defeated before we went out there, to be honest. Yeah, we've just played badly today. It's one of them. They were just, like I said, more disappointed that we've not shown the same fighting spirit that we did against Spurs. Because for me, Spurs and Chelsea are on par with each other, you know, and we've matched Spurs. We've given them a real game. We should have won, and then we've played like that today, which is very disappointing for me. Like I said, everyone can keep blaming Garlic and the board, and yeah, they've not given money for Darcy to invest. But as soon as they cross that white line, it's Darcy's responsibility, and he's just picked the wrong side. He started the wrong side today. And they've just shown no fight, and that's got to lie at Darcy's feet. Another tough game coming up, Brighton. That's not going to be easy, but that's a massive game now. We've got to win that. We've got to take a point with position we're in. We've got to win that one. You know, no less than 3 points is not acceptable. We've got to go there. Right frame of mind. He's got to pick a better side. He's got to go with J-Rod. He's got to go with J-Rod and Vince up front for me. He's got to drop Wood and Barnes. Just not good enough. Too many long balls to him. It's easy option, and sides are getting used to it. Play J-Rod and Vid, and look what we did during lockdown last season towards the end. I mean, you know, the run that we went on, because we were playing better football, and we can do it. We've proved we can play that kind of football. We did it in Championship when we won it. Did it the year when we finished second and went up. We've proved we can play that football. We just need to get back to playing that kind of football. I think we have got the footballers to do it in that team. I just think confidence is one thing. I'm sure that, you know, the players, and Darcy's probably tried to keep all these board problems away from himself and keep it away from the players, but they're going to know. They read, you know, they're on social media, you know, they read newspapers, they read what's going on and it's going to have an effect, and I think it is having an effect. I think we just need to regroup. It all needs to start on the training ground, and Darcy needs to get this morale back up.
Not really surprised, if I'm honest. Not surprised by the result or the performance. You're going up against a really established Premier League winning side. So if you said before the game we'll get beat 3-0, I don't think many fans would have said, oh no, that's not a result that's going to happen. I saw a lot of like tweets and people say about the manner of the performance, which I can understand to a degree. We did show them a lot of respect, but we were outclassed. I thought we were outclassed in every position imaginable. Their quality showed. Their hundreds of millions of pounds that they've spent have shown. They've had a really good, recruitment in some ways. We've not bought anybody. Had we bought anybody, would it have made a difference? No, I don't think it would have done, because I think and this is not, a slight at Burnley at all or at Dash, but we're a Championship team playing in the Premier League. And that's fine. You accept that as a Burnley fan. I think every one of our players has to be playing on top form to have any chance of getting a result. The only thing I would say is that it looked to me as though we have one option. At 0-0, you look all right. I think we've always looked all right at 0-0. and we always think, right, we're going to nick that goal. When we nick that goal, we'll go back to defend. When we concede first, 90% of the time, we don't really get a reaction because, you know, we have to then push on and open ourselves up a bit more, and our game plan of defend, sit back, and try and nick something goes out the window a little bit. So again, like I think some sort of said last week, that it's not going to be a result that defines us or a performance that defines us. They were just too good. They were just too good, and you know, you're playing against a Premier League winning side, you know, and it is what it is. The next 2 games though are enormous. You know, those games really you've got to come with, in my opinion, a minimum of 4 points from that game to have any chance, because we're getting cut adrift now from everybody else. You know, you get yourself grouped in that bottom 4 or 5, and it becomes a real battle then. But not surprised. Wasn't particularly disappointed. It is what it is, isn't it, really? So just onwards and upwards to the next game. So hopefully next time, I said this last week, next time it will be a result, more likely a game that we might get a result from next week. So yeah, so speak to you soon. Bye.
Well, Clarets fans, what did we expect? Obviously, we're going to get beat. It's just very disappointing to see how we got beat. All the performances leading up to it, Tottenham, yeah, we had a relatively okay performance, nothing clear cut, no chances. But we just knew, as soon as we saw that team, that lineup, we were never going to win in a million years. That lineup just straight away didn't scream anything. It didn't change anything, which we're used to, but it's just, there's no creativity going forward. It was expected. Chelsea are a good team. They've been keeping clean sheets. We ain't scoring at the minute, which is frightening. But is it time to hit the panic button? I always hit it a bit too early, but it's very scary at this moment in time. But massive game next. It's a must win. I think it's Brighton, on a Friday, is it? I might be wrong, might be right, but I think it is. But yeah, we haven't scored, I think, in the last 3 games now. I can't remember the last time we scored.
Fan reaction of Burnley versus Chelsea. I thought the performance was poor compared to the Spurs game last week, where we played really well. Everything looked hunky-dory, obviously apart from the result. Today wasn't the same team. Put that down to Stevens playing in the middle and Brownhill being shoved out right. Don't agree with that at all. Brownhill's got to stay in the middle. If you're going to play Stevens, he plays in the middle with a 3. Change of formation for him. That's the only way it works. He doesn't fit a 4-4-2. That's my opinion. Wood and Barnes were okay, but I thought could have done with changing a bit earlier. Try something different up top. I think mainly that's what comes out of it for me. Needed changing. Try something different, because what was on the pitch just wasn't working. We were outclassed, plain and simple. I mean, it's Chelsea at the end of the day. Same as any others, Big Six. We're up against it from the beginning. We know we are. We're a mid-table Premier League side. I don't dispute that. I just wish we'd try something different when games are going that way. Overall, yes, I'm disappointed, but we move on to the next game. Try and pick up some points, get our season going. Always believe. Up the Clarets.
Bit flat, really. You don't expect to beat the likes of Chelsea that often, but you wanted us to put a battle in, especially after performance against Spurs. For me, that's possibly the worst performance of the season so far. The early chance we had that fell to Barnsley, I think if that fell to J-Rod or Wood, I think that's in. I think his first touch let him down a little bit, but that's just rustiness. He still looks off the pace for me. I think maybe it's time to get him off the bench just until he gets back into the swing of it. I think that injuries took a little bit more out of him than what we think. So I thought McNeil looked off again. And I'm not one to stick the boot into players too much, but Dale Stevens just looks way off what we need. Not that any of them played that well, to be honest. He just doesn't look like he's in the system yet, and we need him to hit the ground running, really. None of them played well, but he just hasn't really convinced me so far. Defensively, I thought we were ripped open far too easily. I think Pope probably should have done a little bit better for the first goal, but there's nothing he could do about the others. I'm still not especially worried just yet. I think any season we wouldn't normally expect to beat Chelsea, like I say, but performance was a little bit concerning because it was more of a regression rather than a build on last week. When you think last year we lost 4-2, but you left Turf Moor and you're happy that we'd put a fight up. But this year there's no fight. But it shows, that unless we've got the strongest 11 out, it just doesn't work. And I think we really do need to get someone to fill in on the right-hand side instead of sticking Westy or Brownhill out there. It just doesn't work. I also think we're suffering from not having fans in the stadium, but that's the same for everybody. And it looks like it's going to be here for the year, so we just need to adapt to it and get on with it, really. But to end on a positive, it's international break soon. We can't lose during that. We can't ruin our weekend. But also, it gives Ben Mee the chance to get that little bit fitter and maybe get back. And also Dyche to maybe have one of those crisis talks that he seems to have that do the trick. Up the Clarets, we'll still be all right.